I think about the quality of life, I find myself asking a lot in circumstances, is this going to impact the quality of my life for the better? And if it doesn't, I get rid of it. What's up, everybody, and welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brittany O'Connell, and I am a New York City-based actress, singer, and dancer, but I also have a huge passion for personal development, self-help, wellness, basically anything that can help us discover our true potential and make us feel like the rock stars that we are. Sharing is caring around here, so I'm going to be sharing things with you that I have learned and will continue to learn with my own journey in personal development. And I'm excited about today's video because I'm going to be sharing with you 5 habits that I have formed during quarantine that have changed my life. Now that you know what I'm all about around here, let's just get right into it. Habit number 1 I wanted to start with because it kind of feels like one of those old crusty band-aids that you've had on your skin for a while, and you know when you try to take it off it's going to hurt. So you just have to rip it off and then you'll have instant relief. And I know once I say it, I'm going to get some of you that are going to look at me and are going to be like, Brittany, I don't think I can actually do that. I really don't think that's possible. And I get it because we as a society are addicted. So habit number 1 is staying off my phone first thing in the morning. Now this is a habit that I didn't really think about the impact that it had on me until I heard the idea from listening to a podcast called On Purpose with Jay Shetty. I highly recommend this podcast. I'm going to link it down below for you guys to check it out. He is just sharing so much light and love and positivity and inspiration and wisdom, and I can't recommend it enough. I'm currently obsessed with it. So in this particular episode that I was listening to, he was talking about ways to make your mornings more productive and how when you get on your phone first thing in the morning, especially if you're scrolling through social media or you go straight to your email, you're automatically put into a state of stress and anxiety right away. How many of you have gotten on your phone first thing in the morning and when you're scrolling through social media, 15 minutes goes by, 30 minutes goes by,
an hour goes by.
And all of a sudden you've found yourself in a 2-hour deep hole on social media and email and YouTube and all that stuff right in the morning. I know. I've been there and I've done it. It steals productivity away from you first thing in the morning. So it's just another way to add to stress and anxiety. You feel rushed when you have to get up. You don't take time for yourself. You're invested in other people's lives and other people's emails and other people's to-do lists, but you're not invested in yourself. And I was wondering why I kept waking up and I kept having this heavy heart to start the day, and it was because I would get on social media, especially in these times, and I would be automatically just put in a downward spiral for the very front half of the day. And I didn't really realize I was doing that until I heard Jay Shetty talk about this on his podcast one morning when I decided not to be on my phone and realized that, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Now, I'm not at all saying that we should be ignoring what's going on in the world because I think what's going on in the world right now is important and it needs voices and it needs justice and it needs to be heard. But that doesn't mean that we have to start our entire day full-fledged, full heart into that. I think we need to do a little bit more and take care of ourselves before we can take care of others. For me, after hearing Jay talk about how much it takes your productivity away, it puts you in a state of stress and anxiety, it generally speaking just slows me down, and I don't like to be slowed down. It sounded pretty good to me, so I turned off all of the notifications on my phone. The only notifications that I still have on my phone are text messages and phone calls, pretty much in case of an emergency. I do still use my phone for an alarm, but I'm working to get an actual alarm clock so I can just put my phone somewhere else in the room and I don't even have to touch it in the morning so I'm not tempted to scroll on social media or get on emails. And once I was able to wean myself off of my phone first thing in the morning, it made room for so many other productive things that would fuel me for the rest of my day, which brings me to habit number 2, and that is meditation. Now, I never even thought about really being into meditation because in my mind, it was just gonna slow me down. But really, what happens is when you slow down and you take time to just be in the present moment and sit with yourself, that slowing down benefits everything else that you have to be like go, go, go with. When I started to actually commit to meditation and using it consistently, I began to discover that it is a big tool that has helped me manage my own stress and anxiety. If you don't know where to begin with meditation, that's okay because you got to start somewhere. I'm going to link down below an app called Headspace. And right now, something really cool that they're doing is for people who are unemployed, they are giving a year free subscription to their app to use. And I'm telling you, it has changed my game. And the great thing about meditation is that you can start small and there is no wrong way to do it. The Headspace app will walk you through everything you need to know and everything you need to do. If you're someone like me who struggles with slowing down and the fear of what slowing down might do to your momentum, then meditation might be a good thing for you. Habit number 3 for me kind of ties into habit number 2 because I've been doing them together in my morning routine as just another way to get the morning off on the right foot, and that is journaling. Like meditation, journaling had always been something in my mind that I felt like was just going to slow me down and really had no real purpose until I actually started doing it consistently, and now I love doing it. I used to put a lot of pressure on journaling and how to journal right and if I should be journaling in the morning or at night. And now I kind of just journal when I feel like it. And most of the time that's in the mornings and right before I go to bed, even if it's just one page. Journaling feels like another way to start the day with a clean slate. Even if you have a bunch of stuff that you wake up with that is on your heart and on your mind, you can get it out on a piece of paper and let it go for the rest of the day. One of the things that I love to base my journaling on is gratitude, and I feel like it's so important to do that because we live in a society that perpetuates the go, go, go mentality, and I have adopted that for so long in my life. And now that I am able to sit down and take my journal out and write out the things that I'm grateful for now, rather than always trying to figure out what I want for the future, has been really humbling. I love focusing on what's happening right now, while also still having a passion and fueling myself for what I want in the future. Plus, for me, journaling is another way to process my emotions and my feelings because I swear to God, my friends, I don't know how they're still my friends because they are the best friends in the world. They always are listening to me ramble on about something that I'm thinking about, which is I'm an overanalyzer, so I think about everything. So that's all the time. And while I really appreciate them, I also feel like I could give them a break by doing my own processing, and that is what journaling is for me. I feel like the theme of all of these habits that I'm sharing with you are things that I have thought about doing at one time or another in my life, but have never actually committed to. And now that I'm thinking about habit number 4, it's definitely a habit that I have made excuse after excuse after excuse over for why I don't do it. I'm so glad that I finally threw away all of those excuses and just went for it because I'm learning so much, and that is what this life is all about, is to be continuously a student and learning and being curious and growing. And habit number 4 is reading or listening to podcasts. I cannot tell you how many times I have said to people that I don't read because I would rather watch TV because I feel like I learn more. I guess as an actress, I felt like if I'm watching TV or I'm watching more movies, then I'm learning more about my craft. But the truth is, when we read and we read about things that aren't just associated with our craft, we are expanding our craft and our knowledge no matter what it is because we're forming more empathy and more love and compassion and kindness for the world by seeing it through somebody else's eyes. And I just said to my best friend yesterday that I have been finding myself wanting to read more than I want to watch TV. And that's insane to me. And that's how I know it's having a really big impact on my life in a positive way. Right now, I am loving implementing reading into my morning routine by reading a chapter of whatever book I'm reading. Right now, I am reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a and Becoming by Michelle Obama, and they're so far so good. I'm enjoying them, and be on the lookout for some videos in the future of reviews of some of the books that I've been reading because I'm all about sharing what I am learning through this process. If there's anything that I want you guys to take away from this video today, is that living a life of curiosity is way more important than trying to control everything. You can try to be in control of everything and try to say, oh, I've got my shit together every moment of the day. But unless you're curious and you're always working toward finding out more about living this life, you will be stagnant. You don't want that because you are powerful and everything that you need is inside of you right now. It just needs to be unlocked. Habit number 5 I saved for last because I actually thought that it was the hardest of the 5 habits for me to form. And now that I'm thinking about it though, it's becoming the easiest for me to do because I recognize its value. And habit number 5 is taking a real break. I'm not talking about like a fake ass break where you spend like 30 minutes watching TV, but you also have your laptop on your lap while you're submitting for projects or you're working on a paper or you're doing this or you're doing that. No, that's not a real break. And I'm saying it like this to you because I have to say it like this to me because I used to think that that was actually taking a break. What a real break means is taking time for you to do something that you love that has nothing to do with anybody else or anybody else's prerogative but you. Taking a break is not about slowing down, it's about refueling your energy so that you can continue to fight the good fight for whatever it is that you're fighting for. It's ironic to me that we are being forced to slow down in a way because I believe it's for a reason. And I think that we are going to find so much value of this time being slowed down because we're going to actually be able to process how we're feeling and we're not going to be using the go, go, go of the world as an excuse to not sit with ourselves and figure out how we tick and how we work and what are things that we can be doing for ourselves to make our lives better. Even if it's just for 30 minutes or 15 minutes or an hour or 2 hours or however much time you have to actually take an active break, I cannot express enough how important it is that we refuel and we re-energize so that we can continue to do the work that we want to be doing to the best of our ability. I'm so passionate about that because I have struggled with that for so long in my life, and now that I'm finally getting to a point where I am at least able to recognize when I am not slowing down or when I'm saying I'm slowing down and I'm not actually slowing down is a huge step forward. And I want to encourage all of you to at least start small and try to take that step forward for yourselves because I promise you will feel a huge difference in the quality of your life. And when I think about the quality of life, I find myself asking a lot in circumstances, is this going to impact the quality of my life for the better? And if it doesn't, I get rid of it. It's really easy to spot those things once you actually start asking yourself the question and you become aware of the things that truly make you happy. And in order to do the big things that we want to do out in the world, we have to take care of ourselves first. So let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaways from this video were. And please, if you have formed any habits during quarantine that have changed your life, I want to hear about them and share the love. That is what we are all about around here. If you learned something in this video today, go ahead and give it a like by hitting the thumbs up button below. And if you're excited about more videos like this, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that together we can figure this life shit out and live the best lives we possibly can. Keep moving confidently in the direction of your dreams, and until the next video, have a good one, y'all.